The three-day meeting of the ANC's highest decision-making body in between conferences will kick off today in Boksburg, that's in Ekurhuleni. Its former president, Jacob Zuma, expected to top the agenda as uncertainty over him campaigning for another political party lingers. Let's cross now to our reporter, Juniour Khumalo, watching political developments. Juniour, good morning to you. The ANC, let's use simple language this morning. The ANC has tried very hard to say this matter of its former president deciding to campaign for another political party in the middle of an election year. We, the media, are the ones who are obsessing over it, and perhaps we need to get over it. But reality is that they have acted in a way that is quite strange, given other former leaders who have been expelled from the party. Might that meeting perhaps decide that they will make a decisive decision on the future of President Zuma in the ANC?
Indeed, Mr. Mgambi, the ANC has actually tried to kick the can down the road as much as it can in this matter. We know that the former president started campaigning for Umkhonto weSizwe in December last year, and since then the ANC has avoided commenting on the matter until its gathering towards the January 8th statement in Mpumalanga, where some of its leaders made pronouncements on the issue, saying that because the former president had decided to campaign for another party in terms of the constitution of the ANC, which is Rule 25 of the ANC, he then basically suspended his own membership of the ANC. So they basically put the blame on him, saying that he is the one who decided to suspend his own membership and become a member of another political party, and a formal decision has not been taken by the ANC's highest decision-making body. But today we understand that the matter of former President Jacob Zuma is top of the agenda when it comes to this NEC that is sitting over 2 days. We know that it's not just an NEC, it's also a lehotla of the ANC, where its alliance partners, the SACP as well as COSATU, are also going to gather in this meeting. The SACP's secretary, Soli Mapaila, had indicated during that January statement that the ANC needed to take decisive action against former President Jacob Zuma because it was unacceptable, he said, what he was doing in campaigning for another party. But besides the former President Jacob Zuma issue, clearly, what is also going to be discussed in this meeting is the about 90 members of the ANC who have been implicated in the Zondo Commission. So the issue there is whether they are going to be allowed to campaign for the ANC and be candidates for the party in the national and provincial legislatures. So the ANC's electoral committee is actually going to present the lists that have been drawn up by different provinces, the 9 provinces, to the NEC, and then the NEC is going to discuss whether those names that have been put on that list should actually be the candidates for the ANC. We do actually have the ANC spokesperson, Mahlengi Bengu, here with us, who is going to join us in a few minutes and just tell us what is going to be happening in this NEC meeting. There's actually going to be a lot that is discussed. We know that the ANC NEC members are also going to watch that judgment by the International Court of Justice. Mahlengi has just joined us now. Ms. Bengu, thank you so much for joining us this morning. What is likely to be discussed in this meeting? Because there's been a lot of speculation around former President Jacob Zuma being discussed, around the 90 members of the ANC that were also implicated in the Zondo Commission. Are those issues going to be discussed in this NEC meeting?
The agenda of the National Executive Committee meeting, and thank you very much, Junior, for having us this morning. The agenda of the National Executive Committee includes, one, what you've just alluded to, the representations and charges preferred by the South African government to the International Court of Justice. So that is going to be under discussion, and we also are looking really forward to that outcome and hopefully a positive outcome. The second one is matters that are endogenous to the ANC, some of which you've also alluded to, such as integrity management in the organization. Those are some of the discussions that are going to be taking place. For the longest time, we have said to yourselves as our colleagues in the media that there's a lot of work that is done to renew the organization. And part of that work is exactly what you are speaking about. So that will also be a matter under discussion. I can't go into any other detail further than that. But yes, that is one of the areas of discussion. There are a number of other areas of discussions which are standard whenever we have a National Executive Committee meeting, looking at issues in the political environment and looking at issues in the internal to the organization, and looking at the geopolitical situation as well.
Okay, it's not just an ANC-NEC meeting, it's also an ANC Lehota as well. The alliance partners are also going to be involved. Any chance that the president is going to discuss some of the messages that are going to be contained in his State of the Nation address with the alliance partners and try and see if they can find some common ground, especially when it comes to the public sector wage negotiations as well?
Oh, yes, no, absolutely. I mean, the one thing that you have to credit the ANC for this time around is that the state of the alliance relationship is solid. The ANC has also worked very hard to assist with the revival of the civic movement, progressive civic movement in South Africa. So we're standing on solid ground. We're standing on solid ground as far as our leagues are concerned. So all of those things are going to be a consultative process. And this is something that our president is known for, is often accused of over-consulting. But I must say that that does actually land well. When a decision is made, we know that he's gone through a thorough process of consulting, both internally within the NEC, but also with our alliance partners. So, of course, that forms part of the ongoing conversation about what should be contained in the State of the Nation address.
Thank you so much, Mahlengi, for your time. That is the ANC's national spokesperson, Mahlengi Bengo Mutsiri, was just updating us about what to expect in today's NEC meetings. She did confirm that the matters that we just spoke about around former President Jacob Zuma, as well as those over 90 ANC members that were implicated in the Zondo Commission, are going to be tabled before this NEC meeting, Mr. Mkambi.
Khumalo live for us there in Boksburg, the venue of the ANC NEC meeting this weekend. Thanks indeed.